Welcome to habit number 1, the habit of integrity. Integrity means that you commit yourself to living a life from an unbendable place of honor, ethics, and moral code. When you choose a life of integrity, you are making a daily commitment in all your interactions to do what's right, not to do what's easy, but to do what's right, especially in those moments when doing the right thing may be difficult and unpopular. Abraham Lincoln is one of my favorite presidents so far, and he knew this habit all too well. Due to his high level of integrity, he was constantly under fire, especially during the Civil War years. But he resolved to never compromise his integrity, and his commitment was so strong that he once said, and I quote, "I desire so to conduct the affairs of this administration that if in the end, when I come to lay down the reins of power, I have lost every other friend on earth, I shall at least have one friend left, and that friend shall be down inside of me." In my opinion, no one can be a good leader or a role model without integrity. And yes, being a person of integrity may have you be unpopular some of the time. So here are a few ways in which you can begin to practice integrity. The first thing you can do is be true to yourself no matter what. Do the right thing, especially in those moments when no one is watching. And the more you practice being true to yourself, being true to others will just flow effortlessly. Don't take shortcuts, even under pressure. I remember when I was building my e-learning company, money was an issue. And I had competitors and investors wanting to throw money at me, which, at the time it was very attractive, but it would also mean that I would lose control over the destiny of my small company. In fact, I had seen it many times before. This big competitor would buy all the smaller e-learning service providers like me, and in a matter of 6 to 8 months, their name ceased to exist because that's what this competitor would be doing. They were getting bigger and bigger, getting market share by eliminating the competition, and that was a smart strategy. So for me, taking the shortcut would have meant taking the money, because it would have allowed me to grow quicker, and it would also mean that I wouldn't have to bootstrap it. It was, very difficult times. But I also knew that the price was too high. So I took the longer road, and over time it paid off. It wasn't easy, but it paid off. So what I've learned is that you have to have integrity when it comes to your dreams, because at the end of the day, my friends, there is no shortcut to success. Everything has a price. Be honest in all your interactions. Honesty is the foundation of any relationship. In your daily life, whether it's at work or at home, you're going to have plenty of opportunities to put this into practice. When something doesn't feel quite right, instead of staying silent, speak up. When you know that someone is doing something unethical, don't follow them. When you are required to compromise any part of who you are or your values just to fit in or to be accepted, walk away. Do what you say you will do, and do it when you say it will be done. This way, people begin to trust your word. And as you think about this habit of integrity, one thing that will greatly help you is to become clear about what your non-negotiable values and behaviors are going to be. What are those things that no matter what, you will not bend on? And once they become clear, they will become your roadmap to a life of integrity, but more importantly, integrity with yourself. For example, for me, one of my non-negotiable behaviors is to not do anything that, although has an innocent intention, could later be misinterpreted. So let me repeat this for you again. Don't do anything innocent that the act could later appear wrong or bad in the eyes of others. And having this as my moral code has made me more mindful to behave in the most ethical of ways that I can uphold for myself. Always behave in ways that nothing can come back to bite you in the ass. When you do this, when you live from this place, it will free you from fear, repercussions, and even regret. I have a quick story for you to illustrate this point. I was in the second week of dating my now partner, and we had about 4 dates under our belt. And I still remember our first day. He came dressed in a blue suit jacket that perfectly reflected those beautiful sky blue eyes. But anyways, it so happened that around the same time, I had it on my calendar to see one of my good friends of the opposite sex for dinner. And it had been our tradition for my friend and I to see each other every couple of months to catch up on each other's busy lives. And I now had no intentions on canceling on my friend or stop seeing my friend just because I was dating. So I called my boyfriend and said something like, hey, just wanted to let you know that on Thursday night, I'm gonna be having dinner with, let's call him Joe, at Francobolo. And I could tell on the phone that me saying that came as a surprise to him. So here's the teaching moment, my friends. I mentioned it to him not to seek his permission, but to be transparent, because transparency is part of integrity. So play the scenario with me. Picture that we are living in a parallel universe where I did not give my boyfriend any explanation or details, because in truth, I didn't have to. We were only in our second week and the relationship was not even solidified. So imagine that I'm out to dinner, having a grand old time, laughing and chatting with my friend. An innocent act, right? Well, also imagine that at the restaurant, there is someone there that knows my boyfriend because he's really well known in the city. And they see me having dinner and being charmed up by this nice looking man. You see, people don't know the background story. They don't know the details. So that innocent act could be misinterpreted. And now they go to my boyfriend with the gossip that they saw me having dinner. And my boyfriend gets surprised that I was out having dinner with another man and he didn't know. Now, let me ask you something. How would you feel if that was you? For me, if the roles were reversed, I would have been very upset. In fact, I would have doubted my boyfriend's intentions, because if it was an innocent outing with a friend, then why not mention it? And so it happens. It actually happened. Someone went to my boyfriend with the gossip that they had saw me at the restaurant with another man. And my boyfriend simply smiled because he knew that I was worthy of his trust. So you see, it is in those small moments, in those small acts of integrity that we build trust. Integrity is not a question in life. It is something that you are, is something that you live. So act in ways that you can always be proud. Last but not least, walk your talk, as the saying goes. Be the kind of person that if people talk about you, they have nothing bad to say. Do what you preach and lead by example. And one of the greatest advice that I have for you is to try to surround yourself with people that also practice integrity. My partner, Michael, is an example of this. In the 5 years that we've been together, I have yet to hear an unkind word about him or his family. In fact, when I meet strangers and they ask me who I'm dating, they go out of their way to tell me what a mensch Michael is. A mensch is a Yiddish word used to describe someone of honor and integrity. And people not just throw empty words, they back it up with details and examples as to what Michael has done for them that has earned him the wonderful title. So imagine for a second living from a place where people think of you in that manner. I don't know about you, but to me, that's the ultimate. So remember, live your path, live each day, walk your path in ways that you will not later regret. Live by your word, and maybe one day you too can be called a mensch. Thank you for watching. If this message has spoken to you, please share it with friends and family so that they can also benefit. And stay tuned for next week's video, habit number 2, the habit of forgiving and forgiving often. See you on the next episode.